span-wise?
I'm always working with Kingsley, even if he's on the other team, and I don't want to help him out because I want to win. But he's a freshman, and he's a footer, and so he's got some things to learn, and so getting through cross screens and stuff like that. I just kind of think back to when I was a freshman, all the stuff I didn't understand, and then Harper was always trying to explain it to me. So I've kind of tried to take on a similar role and just try to help Kingsley in terms of his footwork and positioning and just getting through screens and working in certain situations. So I've worked with him a lot.
Does he look like a guy who needs to be reminded once in a while that he won't be able to block every single shot taken in the game?
I don't know that he's going to need to be reminded so much, but maybe he likes block shots, and he's really good at it because he's huge. So Coach says he jumps a lot, and we've been working with him on staying on his feet. Because even if he's not jumping, he's still really long and able to block a lot of shots. So he's learning. He's a freshman. He's learning.
What do you consider the strengths of Kingsley's game?
Kingsley really has a knack for blocking shots for one, and then he's just really good at making it difficult for the other team to get a good shot in the lane. I don't know, it's not necessarily blocking shots, but he's a huge presence in there, because if a guard or whoever it is drives in the lane, Kingsley's right there. Or if he's on the other side, you're going to try to finish opposite of him, because he's going to alter it or get his hand in there in some way. So I think if he just plays with confidence on defense, and he had a really great practice yesterday, and he was playing with really good confidence on defense, I think he could be a real impact player.
Is he an impact aid to you in the sense that you block a lot of shots off the ball? Not your man necessarily, and it'll free up you to go over there and chase that guy?
A little bit. Coach Martin's kind of he's working with us on our defensive rotations and stuff, and so knowing Kingsley's back there to kind of clean up some of the mess is really nice, because like you said, it kind of does free some guys up to do and take certain risks, and obviously you don't want to take those risks all the time, especially if you don't know if you can get it. But if you really know you can get it, it kind of helps to know you have that safety valve.
But even the guards on the perimeter can play the passing lanes.
I think so.
How defensively oriented have you guys been since starting these exhibitions? Is that the main?
Yeah, it's everything. Really, defense has been our biggest focus every practice. Even when we're working on our offense, it's really mostly about the defense. Coach isn't really blowing the whistle to stop things because the offense isn't doing it right. So the defense is the main focus and the main priority, I would say, pretty much every practice.
Does it take time to adjust to doing that, where you're learning a new offense, but still the main focus has been defense?
Because Coach Martin's a new head coach here, and even the guys who have been here for a long time, nobody knows the system. But we've been going at it for quite a few months now, and from the defensive side, we've been working on defensive rotations since they got here in the spring, and so we've been working on it all for a while now. So it's starting to click, and it's getting easier for everyone.
Is the defense itself different? The way you want you guys rotating or switching off?
I don't know.
Anything like that?
As a defense,
You guys play position defense largely with Mike Montgomery. Are you any more aggressive on the man?
Yeah, I think we're more aggressive in terms of denying the ball and making it harder to make catches. Instead of defending from certain spots and up to certain spots, it's more making it as difficult as you can on the offense to run their offense and stuff like that, but without being too aggressive getting beat, or being too aggressive getting backdoor, or being too aggressive taking risks and giving up layups.
So getting fouls.
Yeah, fouls, obviously.
Because you're going to have a shorter bench, at least up front, until everybody kind of matures and is ready to play, right? Or do you think that rotation is going to be sufficient?
I think our rotations are going to be good. I'm confident. Everyone's here for a reason, and you wouldn't be here if you couldn't play. So I think our up front, especially me, Dwight, Kingsley, Christian, that's a solid 4 guys who can play, and Dwight can stretch the floor. Kingsley's a huge presence on defense. Christian's high energy, and I think everybody's really seen kind of what he can bring to the table in terms of just rebounding and getting good. He's a really good finisher down low, and he's pretty quick for a big guy. You know, I think everybody's finally seeing what he can really bring to the table now that he's healthy.
Right.
Exhibitions are obviously different than regular games, but they're probably a step up from your scrimmages and practice. What does the team learn about itself in these first couple of games?
In the first couple of games from the exhibitions, you know, we learned the rebounding. Like, you gotta box your man out. You can't, like, shot deep, rebounded deep. You know, just learning certain concepts that, you know, you kind of have to see it on tape in order to really get an understanding of certain things. And so stuff like that. And, just, you know, in practice, you practice for so long and you're working really hard. And then in the game, maybe you're trailing your guy, kind of jogging through because maybe your guy's jogging through, but that doesn't give you an excuse to jog through on defense with them. And so, you know, seeing certain stuff like that on film has been really good for us, especially going against the other team.
Your parents can be able to go to New York?
I think that's planned. Yeah, I think.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you've played there before, right?
I've never played there. I've never been to New York.
Oh, you haven't? How excited are you, and how excited is everybody for that opportunity?
It's gonna be a great tournament, and you know you get to play Madison Square Garden, so that's historic in and of itself. And then we get the epic rematch with Syracuse for the third time, so that's exciting.
They're practically in your league now, aren't they?
Yeah, I know, right?
It's the third year in a row, third out of four you've played them.
Yeah.
Well, Leeds Summit is pretty much just like New York City, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, they're right next door, and I visit the campus regularly.
Big city atmosphere.
Yeah, big city atmosphere. Exactly.
How confident is the team going into this season?
Really confident. You know, we've worked extremely hard. You know, you go into practice and you're dead tired after, but you know, you look back, you walk up through the game day and you're warming up, or maybe you're just relaxing after the meal and you're like, you know, we've worked extremely hard. We've put in a lot of time, a lot of effort into this. So, you know, Coach Martin always says something like, you don't run all the suicides, you don't put all this work in to finish last. You don't put all this work in to finish fifth. Like, you put this work in to finish first, to win it all. Like, you don't practice and run to finish in the middle.
Thanks so much, Ty.
You see Coach Martin kind of stalking the sidelines, real actively involved in the games, but fans don't see what goes on behind the scenes. What kind of relationships have you developed with the staff?
Good relationships. You know, they're really intense on the court for sure. Once you step in between the lines, it's all business and it's all hard work. But you know, they like to joke around just as much as everybody else, and so I think the team's developed a really good chemistry with the new coaching staff, and it's really good. I think I'm looking forward to the season.